Hey there. Thanks for tuning in. I won't be here for too long. I'll let you get back to your day, but I wanted to give a couple of tips because there's a lot of stress right now. Yes, and rightly so. Stress is the reaction of the body, the nervous system, when we perceive threat. So it can actually be a threat. This is to be perceived threat. But right now we are dealing with a real threat. And the thing about the stress response is it's really designed to come into play for a short period of time, help us get to safety, and then come down. But we're in weeks and will be in weeks or months of a stress response in the body. And I wanted to give you one or two or three quick tools to make it serve you rather than have it wear you out. Because what happens if the stress response is relentless in the nervous system, there's adrenaline and cortisol flowing through the bloodstream, and it has an exhausting and effect, and also suppresses the immune system, and that's not what we want to do right now. So, what do we do with stress? Is we act. Stress is the response to perceived threat so that we'll do something about it, right? So I'm going to really keep it short, but please reach out to me if you want to dive into this deeper tools. But there's a few things here. Uh, One is the serenity prayer. So notice what you have control over and what you don't, and only apply your energy 98% to what you can do. Some Of course, we want to be information gathering, but not all the time. We want to be in action. So, what is in your control right now? What can you do that's positive, that's productive? And beyond that, what can you do in this time that is aligned with your values? Now, that might sound like a big, airy thing, but really, knowing what your values are, and I would say have one or two that you know in your gut, in your heart, they're the things that you've always stood for, that are always important. When everything's stripped away and we're down to bare bones, what is it that we value? That value, one or two of them, will guide you because then you apply the energy of the stress response, because the stress response activates us to get ready to do something, to fight or flight. But we have more than fight or flight, right? So, as animals, of course, you flee or fight to become free of the threat. In this situation, that's not going to work for us because there's only so much that we can do. So, the last ditch effort is the freeze response, the play dead. And if stress persists, then it can have that depressive, I give up, kind of lethargic feel to it. Okay, so we want to catch it, use the stress when it's fresh. And if it isn't, if it's relentless and you're getting depressed, then still guiding that stress into actions that serve your values. Okay, so let's leave it at that. Give us something to chew on. Leave a comment below, or a question, or just reach out to me personally if you want to dig into this more. So we want to use our stress to create the life we've always wanted. Yes, that's possible. Being fearful and stressed out is not a bad thing. Like some people would say, "Oh, well, go to the positive, go to the positive." But it's not quite that. It's not quite that cut and dried. The stress response is fear. It's a sensation in the body that might not be okay. But use that sensation to mobilize you into action. That might be something very simple and very concrete at first. But if you stay aligned with that one or two values that you hold dear, that are at your roots in your flesh and blood, then that will guide you through. Hope that's helpful. Be safe out there. Big love from Tuning Tree. Bye for now.